Okay, welcome back. We're continuing with mathematics GCSE Key Stage 4, okay? And what we want to look at is problems involving decimals, okay? And how we can approach the solution to some of these problems in regards to decimals. Now, let me just get this in closer to you and let me make this a bit larger. Now, please, I apologize for the wonky text, but it's just the way it came out on when I printed it out. So I do apologize for that, okay? Let me just get the whole text in full, okay? Get back and check the whole text in full, okay? Before we go any further, okay? That's what I want to be looking at today, okay? Before we go, and that's the first session that we're going to look at. This is now session 12, okay? I repeat, session 12, okay? Right, let me just get a pen, my pens out, and let's get up to here. I want to get my pen, and today I'm going to use dark brown, okay? Get my pen back to there, okay? Now, what I want to look at is how do we look at a problem and come to a solution for that problem in regards to decimals. Right, Jane is making a dress. She buys a pattern costing £1 and 10 pence. 3.75 meters of material at £2.40 per meter. A zip costing £1 25 and 4 buttons at 16 pence each. She also uses 1/3 of a reel of cotton costing 42 pence. Find the total cost of making the dress. Okay, so what we need to look at here is extracting the information that we have. And what have we been given? Let us have a look at what we have been given. Okay, we have been given this information here, this cost here, yeah, at £1.10, yeah. Let me change my colors again so we can keep trace of colors of ourselves, okay. And we've been given meters of 3.75, yeah. So what we're doing now, we're extracting the information from the data and the text that's been given, and that is important, okay. Let me change my pen colors again, okay, so we make sure we get a variety of colors in our pens, okay. And then we have given the materials at £2.40 per meter. Okay, so here we are, we're extracting the information now from the list we have been given, okay. £2.40 per meter, okay. And let me just involve per meter to make sure that we are talking about this price as per meter, okay. So that is inclusive of that, okay. A zip costing £1.25. Let's change the colors again. Zip costing £1.25, okay. And here we are extracting our information from our data given. And 4 buttons. Now remember that it is 4 buttons, okay. So let me get another color, okay. And it is 4 buttons, and here we have this information here for 4 buttons, okay, at 16 pence each. Okay. Now she also uses 1/3 of cotton. And here she also uses 1/3 of cotton, so let's make sure we include that in there as well. Okay. 1/3 of cotton. And that comes down to there and goes out to here. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that it meets up. Okay. And that cost 42 pence. So I'm going to use this color because it's linked to the cotton. Okay. That costs 42 pence. Okay. Find the total cost of making the dress. Okay. Let's look at this now. Go back. Let's bring this up. All I'm showing you now is the process. Okay. And let's now look at what's been done in regard to each stage. So here we have our solution. The material costs £2.40 a meter and Jane buys 3.75 meters. Okay. So the first thing we have to do here is total cost of the material. So we have to look at the cost of the material itself. And we're going to take Jane buys 3.75 meters. So we need to multiply £2.40 times 3.75. Now you recall previously that we were dealing in decimals, so we should now be a little bit more familiar with handling decimals in multiplications than we were before, hopefully. Okay, you can see that now here when you multiply that 2.40 times 3.75, sorry about that, times 3.75, excuse me, goodness me, so sorry about that, it should give you 9. Now let's see if that's right. Because I'm not going to give you a solution without making sure that that solution is right for myself first. Okay, so that equals 9. It does equal 9. Okay, so remember that when you're multiplying this here, you got 1 2 decimal place to move, 1 2 decimal place to move. So if you take it as if we were to move the decimal point 2 places to the right and make that 240, and we move it decimal place 2 places to the right, that makes it 375. So if you multiply these 240 times 375, it will give you something like 90,000. But because we have to move the decimal point 4 places back to the left, you'll find that it arrives at the exact answer of £9. Okay, I'm just giving you a different alternative as to how to look at it and multiply decimals. So let's, for your benefit, I'm going to multiply this out. Okay, just to show you how it can be done. Okay, basically Okay, so we're looking at multiplying this. Okay, so let me draw a circle on the first. Okay, just bring it in. That's what I am looking at first. Okay, and we want to multiply that. So if we then said, if we remove the decimal point 2 places, make that 240. Times, again, move the decimal point 2 places to the right, make that 3, 7, 5 equals 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 90,000. Okay, equals 90,000. Now if I then move the decimal point to the left 1, 2, 3, 4 places, I put my decimal point here, you'll find that it is exactly 9. And this is just an alternative option showing you how it can be done. Okay, for those of you who needs to be a little bit more practice, but now this doesn't happen by magic. You have to practice, practice, practice. Okay, let's go. Now the cost of the buttons, you remember we look at the cost of buttons, and there was 4 buttons here. Okay, 4 buttons at 16 pence each. So we multiply that, and that gives us our answer here. Okay, let me change the colors a bit now. Okay, again. Okay, and this is the bit we're looking at. 4 times 16 equals 64, and that gives us 64 pence. Okay. That's one we've done. Now the cost of the the cost of the cotton is 1/3 of 42. So 1/3 of 42, well, it's just a simple matter of dividing 42 by 3, isn't it? It's just a simple matter of dividing 42 by 3. But if you look at it, let's look at it. Yes, they've done it here. Okay, so let's look at what they've said. Let me change the color again 1 second so we can look at it from a different color. Okay. Give me yellow. Yes. Okay. So if we multiply right start like this, okay, that will then be equal to 1 times 42 would be 42. That would then be equal to 1 times 42 equals 42. That would become 42 over 3, which equals 14 pence. Okay, and that's what we will do. Now for the total cost, we add together the cost of each item, and here you have £9 64 pence, 14 pence. The pattern is £1 10 pence. Thank you. And the pattern has already been selected, and the zip is cost £1 25. And if we go back again, you remember where the zip was. Here we are. Okay. And when we add all that up together, total cost comes £12 and 13 pence, and that would be correct. Okay, that is correct. So the cost of our dress, total cost costs us £13 and something pence. Okay. So let me just go back to this one for myself and for you. Okay. And here we have Dean, another work example again. Okay, and we're going to deal with that first. Okay, so here we have Dean bought 27 bars of chocolate for £8.64. How much does each bar cost? How much does each one cost, if you prefer? But it's how much does each bar cost? Solution: we need to know how many times we can divide 27 into 8.64 pence. So the answer is, and you can see what's happened here. He has actually brought this down here, 8.64 divided by 27, but we won't actually do that. We'll keep that in mind and we'll bring that to 864, convert it to pence. Okay, because okay, so we move decimal place 2 places to the right, which makes that 864 divided by 27 gives you 32 pence each. Okay. And that's how we get the 32 pence each. So what we would do here, let me just make sure I can bring this to you. This would become, change the pencil, that would become this. Okay, so it'll be then be 864 over 27. Now I've removed the decimal points. Okay, so therefore it will then just simply be equals to 32 pence. Okay, which is 0.32 pence. Okay. Okay. Now I hope you found this useful. Okay. And let me just make sure we got it all in. Okay. And it can be seen. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you, and I hope you found this useful. And what we're going to look at next, our next period of time will be, let me just make this a little bit smaller so you can see. It will continue with exercises and work examples, and this is important that you understand how these are done, okay? Right? It don't happen by magic, it happens by work and effort on your part, okay? Okay, thank you, have a good day, and catch up with you soon. Bye bye.